Alright, well, we finna get started. This is gonna kick off hay season for us. This is a custom job that I'm doing, but it's with somebody else's equipment. Some of y'all may remember that I do some custom jobs, or some custom work rather, for a guy with his equipment. And this is gonna be some wet hay that we're cutting, or baling rather. I've never baled wet hay. I'm kind of interested to see how it does. So I'm gonna make a few bales. I'm gonna get started. Kind of get the feel for things. This is the first time that I baled with the 4430. We just put this baler on this tractor last night, so I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to get familiar with everything, and then I'm gonna try to get some footage of getting these bales made and see how it turns out. I'm gonna spin y'all around and show you kind of what we're looking at. So you can see. This stuff is green. All right, let's get started. We're gonna do some haylage. Should be interesting. So we are doing it. Had a few little hiccups. They was really my fault. So I'm not used to running the hydraulics on this tractor. When you're bush hogging, you really don't need to run the hydraulics a whole lot. What I was doing, I was putting the tailgate in float, and it wasn't putting enough pressure on the hydraulic line to shut the tailgate all the way. But we got that little problem straightened out. Figured out what was going on, and now we're rocking and rolling. I've made 12 bales right now. We're showing 21 bales an hour, so not too bad. This stuff is green and it is heavy. This 4430 has got just about everything it wants, and I'm baling in second. So yeah, we rocking and rolling. We getting it done, and pretty fun. I ain't been in a baler in a while, so I'm glad to be back in the seat. And glad to be back doing it. Well, my bungee cord broke. Now these 3-point arms are slamming up against the tire, and you can see it broke that little hook right there out of the slot that it's supposed to go in. So I'm gonna use this little old piece of rope right here, I think, to fix me something up real quick. Hang on, I'll be right back. Let's try that. All right, so we're done with the big portion, and now we're going to there's a little, probably 3 or 4 acre field right down the road. I had a hard time in this field because they were double raking the same row. So one side of the row would end up with more hay than the other side, and it makes it really, really hard to make a square bale when one side of the row is higher than the other side. But overall it did pretty good. I think there's 51 or 52 bales out here. So not a bad little old field. I think it's gonna be some pretty good stuff. I'm gonna try to get some video of a rapper that's gonna come in here and put on a concert. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we are gonna wrap this hay. I'm gonna try to get some video of that. This is some high moisture hay. If I hadn't said it before, this is probably gonna be around the 50, maybe 60% mark on moisture. And this thing right here, that thing will flat eat some hay. I mean, it is impressive at the amount of hay that it will eat. So I'm gonna go finish up this other field. I'm gonna try to get some video of wrapping this hay, and I will catch up with y'all. I will hopefully catch up with y'all when that process starts. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. So that bale, it's got a lot of net wrap on it. So for some reason, I think he's got a sensor that's going bad in the net wrap system. And every now and then it'll tell you that it's not wrapping. You can turn around and look and you can see that spool. You can see that it's wrapping, but the monitor will tell you that it's not. So to fix it, you just tell it to start again, and it normally does it. And it normally goes through its cycle like it's supposed to. Well, that time it did it like 3 or 4 times before it told me to eject the bale. So that one's got a few wraps on it. I don't think it may never go bad. Who knows? All right, so real quick, I just wanted to explain kind of what we was doing. The last half of the day got kind of hectic and I wasn't able to get a whole lot of footage. The reason we're wrapping this hay is because it's got such high moisture in it. If you was to leave that hay out in the field and just stack it like you normally would, it's gonna go through a heat and it's gonna start molding. It's gonna just basically rot. So what we do is we put it in a line, put that plastic around it, and that plastic keeps all the oxygen out of it. So if there's no oxygen, you're basically starving the molding process. It's got to have heat and oxygen. Mold has got to have heat and oxygen to produce itself. So all we're doing is you're just eliminating the oxygen source at that point. But anyway, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope I did a fairly decent job of explaining why we kind of did what we did and kind of the process on how haylage works. I'm gonna head to the house. I gotta get me something to eat. I'm fitting to fold up. So we're gonna be back baling tomorrow. I don't know how much footage I'm gonna get since how it's gonna be the same thing that I did today, but I may take a few little short clips and whatnot. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all be safe.